What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul, and today I'm going to be talking about licensing products as a way of income that doesn't require you to punch a 9-to-5 job. Before I get into our topic though, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Hub.Careers, for making this video possible. If you haven't seen their site yet, be sure to go check it out. It's got lots of awesome tips, tricks, tools for you as you do your job hunting, as you look into different career choices, etc. So definitely go check out Hub.Careers. Now on to today's topic. If you've seen any of my prior videos, you know that one of the things that I try to talk about is automating income or generating income in a way that doesn't require you to work a job that you hate during hours that you would rather not be awake. Now, one great way that you can do this is by licensing a product. Now, what does that mean? All licensing a product is taking an idea that you've had and approaching a company and asking them to produce that idea for a product or service or whatever for you, and then you take a percentage of their profit. It's very simple, and it can actually really generate a lot of profit if you do it correctly. And in the long term, you can sort of transition away from a full-time job into just living on royalties from licensing. So I'll get a little bit into the specifics of how licensing actually works and then give you some next steps if you're interested or if this sounds like something that might apply to you. When licensing a product out, the most important thing is to have a really strong idea that can be produced, or if it's a service, that it can be implemented into society. Let's say, for example, I develop a new green carbonated beverage that I think is going to be great. It's the next best thing. So rather than producing my green soda in-house and paying for machines and carbonation and then paying different trucks to distribute it and paying stores to even put it on their shelves, all this overhead costs, what I could do instead is approach Coca-Cola Company, for example, and be like, hey, you guys have awesome infrastructure, you have great manufacturing equipment, etc., and great expertise. I have a great idea. Why don't we work together? This could profit both of us a ton if we do it properly. Now, the advantage of this is, instead of working like a startup where everything comes back on the entrepreneur, with licensing a product, you have no headaches. All you have to do is interface with whoever is actually building and distributing your product. So if I'm able to clear the product by Coca-Cola, once they have it in their hands and they know how to make it and send it out, distribute it, I can sleep easily at night and be earning money. Now, one common mistake that people make when attempting to license a product is they become super protective of their idea, and that's understandable. Paranoia is sort of an entrepreneurial tradition, but let me just be the first to say that companies such as Coca-Cola or these big corporations that you might want to approach about licensing a product are not interested in stealing your idea 99% of the time. To the people at Coke, it takes so much more time and effort and manpower to develop a green soda product than it's worth. And at this point, they don't even care about it. Okay, so with Coke, if they develop a new product in-house, it's something that they put a lot of research into, they really understand their product, their market, and they care about it because it's close to them and emotionally it's linked to the company. Just in the same way that if you have a startup idea, you care about that more than any of your friends that you've told, because it's your idea, you have a vision for it. For Coca-Cola, explaining the vision for Coke Zero would be super difficult until the product is ready to roll out. And then once it rolls out, everybody sees, okay, this is what the potential this product has. It's much the same for an entrepreneur. My idea for green soda, on paper, that might sound pretty boring to a lot of people, but maybe I think it's great. And if I can convince Coca-Cola that it can be great, then that's my in. But the thing is, nobody's going to care as much about your idea as you, and that's what makes licensing so great. Is all you have to worry about is catapulting your idea to the next level, and all they have to worry about is the plug and chug of actually manufacturing and distributing your idea. So, best practices for how to actually get started with licensing: take your idea and write down an executive summary for it. So this is just like a one-page document that is talking about what your product's for, who it's for, how it can benefit society or whatever industry you're in. Summarize it in one sheet, and then what you can do is call around to different companies and don't be afraid to discuss your idea, at least at a high level. You don't have to give them, if you have patents or anything, you don't have to disclose patented material, obviously. But you can tell them the gist of it. I'm making, wooden ducks that emit a sound like a duck call for hunters. Anything. Don't be afraid to share the general idea of your idea. So shop around to different companies, call them up and establish relationships rather than just saying, hey, I want money, you want money. Call them up and say, hey, in a lot of cases, you'll probably be familiar with the company. Say, hey, I know your products, I love your products. Here's an idea that I had that I thought maybe we could work together on and develop something really special. Once you've sort of built these relationships, talk to them about licensing the ideas. See if they're open to outside innovation. And you'll get shut down a lot of times, but the key is to keep going, to keep finding different companies to shop around to, and eventually, if you do it right, you'll be able to strike up a deal with a company and get a product licensed. If you're interested in learning more about the actual licensing nitty-gritty details, I would advise you to head over to inventright.com. They've got a great service set up that helps walk you through how to license to companies. Shows you sort of why licensing is such a strong alternative to traditional income earning. That's it for now. Those are some of my tips on licensing a product and why that might be a good lifestyle choice for you. If you did enjoy this video, again, visit Hub.Careers. They've got a lot of awesome content. And stay tuned for next time. I'll see you guys then.